also am always intrigued by, and I think you actually do this with a lot of different materials that you make installations with, is there is this like concealment of what the actual material is. You know, it's kind of like there's, which I think is interesting. I'm curious if that's something cognizant for you, or if it's something intuitively just developing. Like even your installations, like what's the one that's in the show, the online show, the green.
Oh, the hula hoops.
The hula hoops, yeah. Like
Green hula hoops,
you take all these different kind of like you know, ordinary daily objects, and you very much like you change them, like in a visual way. Like they become very like also very referenced by modern art. Like you kind of like it's like a little art de pauvre, you know, because you're using like the people's materials, but then you kind of they're like in this language of modernism, which I think is interesting. But do you ever are you intentionally trying to conceal their like materiality, or like what they are, or their function, or is that something you're thinking about, or not really?
When I started, not necessarily, but as time went by, and I started to develop kind of a recipe of like, because my work is about like number and repetition and like what pattern means and why we're attracted to pattern, and because it's like bliss, and because we live in a way that is very pattern oriented. You know, we wake up in the morning and we have breakfast, and then we go to work, and we go to the gym, or like whatever we do, or like have a so that's like a pattern, and that's also very language oriented, where the way we learn English or any sort of language is by repetition. And so repetition is like really important in the way that I work, because I feel like I'm attracted to it, and I feel like human nature is also attracted to it. And you know, creating all these patterns, it's kind of like a recipe. But I also like the fact that that it's not like disguising the material. It's still like bringing attention, but the fact that you have to look at it closely and demanding from the viewer to look at me. You know, I'm important. I'm protagonizing this like art piece. I think that's